Hello and welcome to our channel. We appreciate you being here. This channel is going to be mostly, geared towards AI, maybe some news, but we're definitely going to stay away from the AI hate. But we're definitely going to stay away from the AI hype train because it is ridiculous. So, without further ado, here we go. There's a problem with AI, and it's not the AI. A lot of people that use LLMs, large language models, like Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, or one of the other AI models, chances are that they are probably using it like an enhanced version of Google or a web search. They ask questions, they get an answer, and the experience is a lot like when you do a Google search, and they think they're getting legitimate results. This common misconception is one of the fundamental misrepresentations that has led the public to misinterpret this technology and incorrectly assume that anything they get in a response is correct. This is why the general collective understanding of AI, in my opinion, is currently failing. Failing may be too harsh of a word, but it's woefully misunderstood. Think about it like this. A traditional search engine is like a librarian. It indexes the world and shows you the sources, the links, where the information is. Granted, those links can have erroneous information up to full on purposely deceitful information or data, but you're seeing the source of that information for the most part. An LLM is a sophisticated predictor. It's predicting the most statistically likely next word in a sentence based on the data it was trained on. It's an autocomplete system jacked up on steroids. When a tech company integrates an AI overview into search results, they are blending the information and data, the links, with the probabilistic prediction. They market it as a superior answer, but it's often the most plausible sounding answer for that model. This is even worse when you are using one of the many models through a user interface that is separated from a web browser search with AI. Both can produce hallucinations and give conflicting results, even if you use the exact same search or prompt. If you know nothing about the subject matter, you will not even know if the information you are consuming is correct or not. When companies market these models as a smart answer engine, it trains the user to stop asking two critical questions, in my opinion. One, what is the source? And two, is this actually verified? But there's a third question that should be asked. How old is this information? If the training data for the model you are using stopped at 3 years ago, there's always the chance that something that may have been correct 3 years ago may no longer be true today. It's like reading an encyclopedia from 1975, and that's where your entire knowledge stops. You would know nothing about the internet, smartphones, or even the Red Sox finally winning the World Series. These companies do try to mitigate the issue of old data by allowing their models to search the web. But since it's predictive, is it searching for the right things? The AI's confident language makes people trust it instantly. This misplaced trust is how potentially flawed or incomplete information spreads, especially concerning things like health, legal, or financial advice. It can be difficult to recognize the distinction between a verified fact and a convincing guess. Why does this marketing happen? We're still in the very early stages of the AI arms race, so a lot of it has to do with competitive positioning. Companies want to be seen as the undisputed leaders, so they push an image of the latest and greatest models that they have. They're prioritizing optics over user education. Also, I don't think the public pushes back enough for these companies to even consider changing their marketing strategies. They are going to continue to sell you a magic box when they should be selling you a new kind of complex, powerful, but fallible calculation tool. We need to approach these tools realistically and pragmatically. AI is not an oracle. It's a brainstorming partner, a first draft generator, and a productivity aid, amongst other things. We need to stop seeing the output as the final destination and start seeing it as a starting line. Since companies may not change their marketing, the user has to be aware of the shortcomings of AI and responsibly change their mindset. There are other tools to help move AI beyond just a productivity aid, but that's for another video. To fight the enhanced Google misconception, here are 3 quick tips. 1, always corroborate. Treat any high stakes information as a hypothesis that must be verified by a secondary traditional source. 2, ask the why. After a complex answer, follow up with what are the likely limitations of this information? This pushes the model towards its knowledge boundaries. 3, be specific. Don't just ask, what is X? Ask, act as an expert and explain X, acknowledging the model's limitations. Better prompting can help get better output, but here's the rub. That all depends on the model you're using. So it's very important to know what the limitations and strengths of each model are, because sometimes more precise prompts gives you worse answers. Now to the next problem. If the tech companies are setting the stage, who amplifies the confusion? In our next video, we're diving into the content creators who make this problem worse with the next GPT killer titles and false promises of overnight riches. Thank you. Have a good one.